Okay, we're going to talk about Reid's temperament evaluation here. So first thing you need to know is like low, medium, and high. It's a spectrum, so it's not that like low is bad and high is good. That's not how it works. So the first thing you'll notice is that I put the puppy into the temperament testing area. It's a new room. It's new obstacles they haven't seen before. And what I'm looking for is how phased are they by stress, by a new environment? How confident are they? Is their tail up? Is their tail down? Are they checking things out, or are they like sitting in a corner waiting to be rescued? Okay, and then what you'll notice in his video is his tail was up pretty quickly. And then all of a sudden he kind of disappears because he went and was like playing with the tripod underneath the phone. So you can't actually see him. And then he got fixated on that and didn't really go anywhere else. And we're also looking for confidence like throughout the evaluation as well. So I gave him a medium. Generally, like his tail was up. He was happy to try new things and nothing was kind of like stressing him out. So he was happy to be checking it all out. The next thing you notice is we're looking for assertiveness. So I get into the testing area and I'm looking for how he approaches me. Do I need to coax him over? Does he crawl politely into my lap, or is he like jumping for my face? And he was definitely like more medium, slightly on the higher side. He crawls into my lap and he was very happy to be close to me very quickly. Motivation level, workability. How badly do they want to please their people? And like how are training sessions going to go? Are they going to want to do what you ask? And what I found was he was happy to try the things that I asked. He was up for the challenge. He would try the bridge. He tried the tunnel. He went on the crinkly thing when I asked. So he was looking for my guidance and my leadership. Nerve strength and resiliency. His ability to manage stress. Was he shaking? Was he like lip smacking? Was he overwhelmed at any point? He was not. Once he kind of got into it after the first 30 seconds, he kind of bounced back from everything. Any little obstacle that we tried, any little test or stressor, he recovered super quickly. He wasn't even fazed by it. So I gave him a medium just because I always want families to work on nerve resiliency by introducing new experiences and keeping them positive as it is. Just like confidence level. So touch tolerance. I gave him a medium here. He was very tolerant. This is not how much he enjoys it. It's how tolerant he is. So if you think of like a vet visit or a grooming visit, that's maybe not an experience that they necessarily enjoy, but we still kind of need them to be tolerant of being handled. And so that's what this is looking at. And I give him a medium. Generally, he's like, he will let you do all of the things, but then you can see at one point his paw is like a little bit more like straight because he's like, here we done. So I gave him a medium, and this is another one of those traits where we can be working on it. We're doing our 10-step handling. We're doing our massages. We're introducing grooming tools on a daily basis, and that will all help as well. So this is really important for, if a kid touches the dog inappropriately by grabbing their tail or grabbing their ear, if a dog is more tolerant to touch, they're going to handle this situation better. Energy level. He was a medium energy. So a low energy dog does a lot of sitting. They do a lot of walking. And a high energy dog kind of goes and goes and goes. And whereas he was kind of in the middle. He kind of walked at times. He ran at times. And then he cuddled at times. So he's going to be able to keep up for family adventures. And then he's also going to be very happy to mellow out afterwards. Sound and sight sensitivity. So what you notice is I take like the Fisher-Price popper and I shake it. And I see what I'm looking for is, does he startle and does he recover? And that's what I'm more looking for, not whether he notices. So what you'll see is when I shake it, he sees it, but he's not stressed whatsoever. He immediately is checking out. He's curious, which is great. So I scored him a low for that. And sight sensitivity, I kind of popped the tunnel and he didn't even notice. He was walking circles around the bridge while I was sitting there and popping up the tunnel, and he could have cared less. So what that often translates it to is loud sounds or big movements, often kids or running through the house, or they're very loud. And how does a puppy handle this? So this is still something that we can always be working on our dogs too, is working on sound exposure and working on, getting them used to fast movements. So prey drive. How badly did he want to chase the toys? Because often that translates into how badly will they want to chase the kids in the home or the cat in the home. And he was a medium. Every once in a while he wanted to like chase. You saw that he kind of like chases after the ball at one point. And then at other times he really didn't care. So a puppy with some prey drive is kind of fun because then they do want to play with toys and they do want to sometimes play fetch, but it's not so intense that we can't handle it, especially when there's kids in the home. A high prey drive can be a trickier trait to manage. So I think he's kind of going to be in that fun medium range. Human focused. How badly does he want to be with his people? I give him a medium because he was happy. He kind of kept checking in with me. He liked being with me, but he was also independent enough that he wanted to go try the obstacles and do other things and explore. And then he would come check back. So I think this puppy will do well, whether the home has people that work outside of the home and the puppy will be gone or alone a little bit longer stretches. Yeah, so I think he'll adjust really well to a situation like that. Tenderhearted. I gave him a moderate, which is nice when there are big emotions in the home. So he noticed, and I would say he cared, but he quickly was trying to snap me out of it and get me back into play mode, which can be really helpful if we have kids in the home or someone who suffers with anxiety or depression, and they kind of need to be snapped out of their emotions. Otherwise, if the puppy is too highly tenderhearted, what happens is they take on all those emotions and they want to fix everything for you. And then suddenly your puppy is like a puddle of goo because they don't know how to handle all those emotions. So he will do well in a variety of homes. In terms of tenderheartedness. Dog friendliness. I gave him an assertive because he did keep checking back. It was a little bit tricky in the end. Anyways, June, one of the dogs was barking too much in the background, so then I switched dogs. And then he brought Ruki in, who really didn't want to play with him, but then he kept like staring at her and he was watching her tail and he was very interested in her. So I think he'll be very happy and get along well if there's another dog in the home, and he'll also do well if there isn't. So if you have any questions about Reed, let me know.